One of the most popular aspects of the cruise ship is all you can drink, all you can eat. Gets them every time. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to worry about taking cabs and going places. You can just stay on the ship, and it's nice and safe. And it's very attractive to a lot of tourists, especially those that are up there in age. 25, other tourism themes. And these are cultural and historical interests, sports, tourism, religious-based tourism. There's a lot of reasons why you go do what you do. 2/3 of all tourists will visit a museum. That means that you're interested in cultural and historical interests. And so you'll attend and you'll visit museums and the theater and things like that, which can be very interesting. You might also be a sports tourist. You might come here. People might come here for spring training. Usually you can tell who they are because they're not driving the correct speed limit. But there were $27 billion in the late 90s spent for sports-related trips. $27 billion spent in the economy for sports-related trips. And another statistic would tell you that there's 60% of spring training attendees are from out of state. 60% of spring training attendees are from out of state. There's religious-based tourism. Many folks going to the Middle East for religious-based tourism, as well as other places, but Jerusalem being the number one hotspot for that. About $1 billion a year in religious-based tourism. There's also health-based tourism as well. Many people travel to health spas or health-related resorts. They go to a resort, and to enjoy the natural beauty. They take a mountain bike ride and they sit in a jacuzzi and get a massage, do all that. That's health-related tourism. Many of you may travel based on some health-related tourism interests that you have. Ecotourism and adventure travel. What this is the tourist basically respects the natural environment. So you can go to Belize and stay in a tree hut, okay, or some eco-friendly resort. I've done it. It's lots of fun. No air conditioning though, so be prepared for that. But this is just basically tourism in an environmentally sensitive way. It's become quite popular. And lastly, this is always everyone's favorite, is the hedonistic form of tourism, also known as men's leisure. And this tourism actually produces a decent amount of money a year as well. But what this is all about is mostly males traveling out of the country, sometimes in the country, but out of the country, to engage in lots of gambling, drug use, and to experience drug use, prostitution, and gambling. And most of these folks have businesses or married, things like that, and they fly away on business, mostly to places like Thailand, and they enjoy some men's leisure, and they come back. It's a hedonistic form of tourism, negative recreation that only leads to a poor sense of life satisfaction, and that's why it's hedonistic. It's going after those deeper desires. 26, marketing advances in tourism, in travel and tourism. And there's that slide there. That takes us to the end of chapter 10. End of chapter 10. So that leaves us with a little bit of 11. We'll talk about that for a minute. And then you'll be all ready for your test. Okay, chapter 11 is important. This is career opportunities and professionalism. It's important that recreation be seen as a legitimate career. $74 billion industry, there's certainly a place for you. And there's social value and purpose in recreation. And that many of the recreational pursuits, minus hedonistic recreation, is there to improve the quality of your life. It's there to improve the quality of your life, and that's not defined by you. That's defined by the collective conscious or the community, the majority. The majority says that excessive drinking is not good for you. So that's how we understand that some forms of recreation are negative, but for the most part, 99% of recreation improves the quality of your life, even if your team loses the game that you attended, or your NASCAR team isn't doing real well. That doesn't matter. You still wouldn't trade it because you love being a spectator or love participating in those sports, whatever. So as a recreation professional, you need to recognize that there's social value in recreation and that you are here to improve the quality of life of others. And that's a good, meaningful task, and it's a good, meaningful career to be in. Whether you're in a non-profit or a for-profit, how much money you make doesn't matter. It just depends on if you are helping folks experience recreation. And when they experience recreation, they improve the quality of their life. Their life overall is better. And that's something that can put a smile on your face. It's good to be. It's good to help provide that for folks. Second is that you should be professionally trained. You should really know what you're doing. There's been some bad cases in the past where you go zip lining in Mexico and the zip line breaks, and there's all sorts of things that can happen with when recreation is run not by professionals, when people that are unprofessional and inadequately trained, providing recreational opportunities for people that end up in an opportunity of injury. So that's not good. So we need professionally trained, professionally minded recreation employees, managers, and leaders. Also, it's important that the recreation professionals pass an ethics test, understand the ethics of the industry, customer service, etc., so that the businesses that the employees represent can be more effective in their mission of providing recreational opportunities for the community as a whole. And that's pretty important. There are several, if you look at the Chapter 11 slides as well as in your book, there are several large organizations that if you're interested in the recreational field, these are great conferences to go to network, to see the opportunities that are available to you. And of course you can also talk to a counselor at one of the colleges about the recreation degree, the recreation field, and what opportunities may be available to you, as well as the travel and tourism field, or hospitality and tourism, known as HRM major. That's also an interesting major as well as others that would be considered in the recreation industry. So so make sure you take a look at that if that is of help to you. Okay, that is it for Chapter 10 and Chapter 11.